Bienvenue everyone. Some of you may not know, but we purchased our Le Petit Maison Burgundy sight unseen. All we were given was a hand-drawn floor plan of the house and a basic outline of our property. We had absolutely no idea about the lay of the land and the incredibly uneven terrain surrounding the house. In my mind, this was a beautiful meadow of lush grass and wildflowers, not a steep drop filled with brambles and singing nettles, some over 6 feet tall and completely impenetrable. Clearing this ourselves was too much for us to tackle with secateurs and gardening gloves, so we enlisted the help of our friendly farmer neighbour to give us a hand. Armed with a hedgerow trimmer and tractor, he had it cleared in no time at all. As you can see here, it now looks like another rolling hill and has given us a blank slate to work with for our planned vegetable garden. Clearing back dead and overgrown trees was another step to prepare the area, and then the real work began. We decided to buy raised beds for 2 reasons. Firstly, the area still had lots of nettles and brambles underground, and the other was to save our backs when tending and harvesting our crops. The next step was an important one for us, providing us with much needed storage for garden tools, bulbs, birdseed, soil and other garden necessities. Here they call it a chalet, but we know it better as a garden shed. Our friend Arthur visited us for a few days to help with the build. We'd taken advantage of the annual winter sales here and bought a prefabricated kit from the local hardware store to make the process as simple as possible for us. It took a couple of days to prepare the area and complete the shed. Unfortunately, the glass in one of the doors arrived broken, so the final steps had to wait. While we waited for the new doors to be delivered, we made a start on filling the garden beds with beautifully composted manure from our trusty local cow farmer. Hard but rewarding work. It's not overly pretty, but we use things on hand such as old tarps and floor insulation as weed matting and rocks from the old buildings as a border. We occasionally had Foreman Sonic on site to give us his opinion of our progress. The chalet doors arrived the next day, so we were able to get them attached and also give the raw wood several coats of a UV and water protective sealer. Several times now, we've taken advantage of the incredibly useful system they have here of transporting and delivering soil, gravel and other loose garden and rural supplies. We find it really simple and user-friendly. This time we had a 1-ton bag of fine gravel dropped into the field, ready to be spread around the vegetable boxes. While Nathan was at the hardware store, Arthur and I scoured our outbuildings for usable materials to create a little greenhouse on the side of the chalet. Everything we used was sourced from here, from old windows and cupboards and scrap wood. Now 7 months into the project, we left our prepared garden, ready to plant on our return in June. And we're at it again. Encouraged by the success of our garden last year, we decided to spend some time this winter to expand the vegetable plot. We've been pretty lucky with mild weather, so being outdoors is not too much of a chore at all. We've dug 80 centimetre wide beds around the perimeter of the existing garden, which will add about 15 square metres of plantable space. Again, we asked the farmer for manure and he was very happy to oblige. And we mixed this with our own compost to fill the beds. We will plant tomatoes and basil in the front beds as they get the most sunlight. And also lettuce, zucchini, cucumber, peas, beans, radishes, capsicum and all sorts of herbs. We've also added a new potato bed that we'll plant out now for early season harvest. We cannot wait to start planting and to share our bounty with neighbours and friends and to start preserving for next winter. Not as easy as it looks. So just as we did over in this area, we lifted up all the rocks, weeded, put down weed matting and replaced all the rocks, doing exactly the same thing over here. So we can eliminate the need for weeding this quite dangerous area on the hill, and so it looks like a nice rock garden without weeds. It's a pretty simple process really, just by good weed matting. This one is great as it is the colour that it disappears into the ground, and then just cut it to size. Weeding the area, I found some bulbs that I had planted last year, so I dug them up and replanted them somewhere else. Hopefully they'll be okay with this and are not too upset with me rehoming them. Next, just place the matting where you want it and start securing it with rocks. I love fitting them all into place, just like a jigsaw. Very slow going process. So there you have it, 18 months on, from unusable hostile land to a productive and hopefully prolific garden. If you enjoy seeing our progress and day-to-day life in country France, please subscribe to our channel. We have more room reveals, garden videos and exciting projects to share with you. À bientôt!